James Garner, born James Scott Bumgarner on April 7, 1928, in Norman, Oklahoma, grew up during the hardships of the Great Depression, a time that molded his resilience and humility. His early years were filled with pain and instability. After losing his mother at just 5 years old, Garner and his siblings were left to navigate a difficult childhood under a struggling father. Moving between relatives and working odd jobs, young James developed a quiet strength that would later define both his character and his screen presence. Before Hollywood ever entered his life, Garner served his country with distinction. At 16, he left school and joined the Merchant Marine, later enlisting in the U.S. Army during the Korean War, where he was wounded twice and awarded 2 Purple Hearts. The experiences of war left him with lasting scars, but also instilled in him courage, humility, and a deep sense of empathy, qualities that would shine through every role he played. His entry into acting was purely accidental. After returning from the war, Garner took odd jobs in Los Angeles, including work as a model. One day, while helping a friend at a play rehearsal, he caught the attention of a talent agent who saw something special in his natural poise and rugged good looks. Without formal training, Garner began taking small television parts until 1957, when his big break came as Brett Maverick in the hit series Maverick. The role turned him into an overnight sensation. His Maverick wasn't the typical tough-talking cowboy. He was clever, charming, and reluctant to fight. A refreshing twist that reflected Garner's real-life personality. Audiences loved him, and his career skyrocketed. In the 1960s, he successfully transitioned to film, starring in classics such as The Great Escape alongside Steve McQueen, and romantic comedies like The Thrill of It All and Move Over, Darling with Doris Day. His effortless blend of humor, sincerity, and emotional depth made him one of the most beloved actors of his generation. In the 1970s, Garner found television magic again with The Rockford Files, portraying Jim Rockford, a wisecracking private investigator who relied more on wit than force. The role earned him an Emmy in 1977 and cemented his reputation as one of TV's most endearing figures. Despite chronic pain from doing his own stunts, Garner rarely missed a day on set, demonstrating his unshakable professionalism. His later career only deepened his legacy, with standout performances in Murphy's Romance, which earned him an Academy Award nomination, and the tear-jerker The Notebook, where his portrayal of a devoted husband resonated deeply with audiences. Beyond his acting, Garner was known as an advocate for fairness in Hollywood, standing up for actors' rights and speaking out against exploitation in the industry. Off-screen, James Garner's greatest role may have been as a husband and father. In 1956, he met Lois Josephine Fleischman Clarke at a party, and within just 16 days they were married, a union that lasted nearly 58 years. Their love story defied Hollywood odds. Garner often joked about their whirlwind courtship and modest honeymoon, saying, "It about broke me." Yet behind the humor was genuine devotion. Lois brought warmth, balance, and spiritual grounding into his life, and their marriage became a rare example of enduring Hollywood love. Garner also embraced his role as stepfather to Lois's daughter, Kim, who was recovering from polio when they met, showing compassion and steadiness that mirrored his on-screen decency. The couple later welcomed a daughter, Greta Gigi Garner, and together they built a quiet, loving home away from the chaos of fame. Though they faced separations in the 1970s, their bond remained unbroken, with Garner once explaining, "We just needed space, but we always found our way back." Despite being known for his calm and gentlemanly demeanor, Garner was candid when it came to fellow actor Randolph Scott, revealing a side of the Western legend few ever saw. Garner described Scott as one of the most private and misunderstood men in Hollywood, explaining that his calm confidence and quiet dignity made him stand apart. To Garner, Scott represented a kind of masculinity that Hollywood had begun to lose. strong, honorable, and self-assured without arrogance. He didn't need to raise his voice or make grand gestures, Garner said. He just stood there, tall and steady, and you believed every word he said. He admired Scott's discipline and professionalism, noting that he was always on time, always prepared, and treated everyone with respect. Garner dismissed the rumors and gossip that often surrounded Scott's private life, saying that the man simply chose not to play the Hollywood publicity game. He let his work do the talking, Garner reflected. Though Scott could be emotionally reserved, Garner saw that not as coldness, but as authenticity. He didn't pretend to be open or emotional just to please people. He was who he was. Coming from a man like James Garner, that was the highest form of praise. When James Garner passed away on July 19, 2014, at the age of 86, it marked the end of an era and one of Hollywood's most enduring love stories. His death came heartbreakingly close to what would have been his and Lois's 58th anniversary, a poignant reminder of their lifelong devotion. Those who knew them said that Lois never fully recovered from losing him. Though she lived another 7 years, her world grew quieter, filled with memories of their shared laughter, long drives, and the countless small moments that defined their marriage. Garner often credited Lois as his anchor, the one who kept him grounded through fame, injury, and success. Together, they proved that behind the spotlight, true love could not only survive, but thrive for a lifetime. In the end, James Garner's life was a portrait of integrity, humility, and strength. From the battlefields of Korea to the sound stages of Hollywood, he embodied the rare kind of man whose decency never wavered, no matter how bright the lights around him shone. And through his honest words about Randolph Scott, his steadfast love for Lois, and his lifelong commitment to doing what was right, Garner reminded the world that real heroes don't need capes or even cowboy hats to leave a legacy that lasts forever.